Hello everyone, it's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here with another tag topper demo. I'm getting a lot of questions as to whether the partial die cutting will work for this particular style of making photo mats and tags. Absolutely yes. I am just I take some shortcuts in places where I can. So when I showed you how to make these, and I'll link you down to the first video, I just simply made kind of tabs out of my die cuts in order to complete the tag topper. But if you want a continuous piece, as you can see here, and I exaggerated the topper here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, you absolutely can achieve that by doing what is called partial die cutting. Several of the my followers, Bunny C and a few other ladies, sent me some videos to partial die cutting, and absolutely you can. I saw a very good instructional video by Jennifer McGuire on partial die cutting. She made a beautiful butterfly card, and if I find the video, I will link it down below as well. I do not know who came up with this technique, but the video that I saw, that I watched, was by Jennifer McGuire. So I most certainly would like to give credit where credit is due. So for this video, for tag toppers, again, you can absolutely do partial die cutting to achieve this same look as opposed to having two pieces. Now, what I want to tell you is we make a lot of tags and photo mats for our projects. I mean, we don't make one. Partial die cutting is not fun for me, and I'll show you why. So making 10 or 12 tags doing partial die cutting, it would make me crazy. So I like to do it my way, which I show you, and I'll link you once again to the video. Or if you have a brother, scan and cut. All right, and you can look that up. Just do a search here on YouTube. Again, brother scan and cut. You can do it once and then do the scan and cut thing, and it'll cut it out for you. All right, so you don't have to do the partial die cutting 50 million times. All right, so let me show you what partial die cutting is all about, and then we'll talk a little bit about scan and cut, yada yada yada. All right, so the paper size doesn't matter. You have to decide whether the die that you're using, if you want a large photo mat, a small photo mat, doesn't matter. You choose whatever size photo mat you want, and you choose your topper design. You choose your topper design based on the die cuts or dies that you have in your scrapbooking room. So this particular nesting die that I'm using is a Spellbinders nestability die, and it is labels 37 or item number S4-419. All right, this is the one I'm using for this particular demo, which gives you this really nice look right here. So for partial die cutting, and I'm not going to die cut because I have a really big die cutting machine, and I'm not gonna, my camera, I can't put it here on my desk, so I have to go to the die cutting machine. I have a Big Shot Pro, so I'm just going to show you how to do it, okay, and then take it to my machine. So what you want to do is, here are my cutting plates, and these are the Genius cutting plates by Lifestyle Crafts. If you're interested in these, all you have to do is take your paper, place your die at the very top of your paper where you want the design. Obviously, you want the cutting side facing your cardstock. You want to center it. If you're using a piece of paper that's the size of the die, you don't have to worry about centering. And if you're not, then you want to center it. If you want a 6-inch photo mat, then you have to make sure you center it. All right. So I'm going to center this as best I can, and you're going to need washi tape. All right. I think washi tape is a must. If you try to run this through your die cutting machine, forget about it. It'll be a disaster. And for me, it will be. It will, move all over the place. So grab some washi tape. If you do not have washi tape, masking tape will work. And I like to place it in the center. Whoopsie, I need a larger piece. And I like to wrap it around. Again, just securing that die in place so it doesn't move. All right, and I wrap it around. Then what you want to do to achieve the partial die cutting, if you place this on your cutting surface like this, and you run it through the machine, it's going to cut all the way through. It's going to cut the shape. So what you have to do is place it on the edge of your cutting plate. So let's say you only want this part to cut. So that's where you're going to place it. You want the edge of the area you want to cut to line up with the edge of your cutting plate. All right, so I'm going to do that right there. And again, I'm going to do a little washi tape action so it can hold it in place. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. You know, it's just going to, for me, once again, for me, it will be a disaster. So you can place this as high up or as low as you want. If you just want this little area to die cut, you would move it down. If you wanted to die cut all the way here, you would move it up. It all depends the look that you're going for. You can do this with almost any die. Let's say if you want a little heart shape, you can put the heart halfway down the paper and create that little heart shape. All right, so you do that, then you make your sandwich and you run it through the machine. So the only thing that's going to die cut is the area that is in the sandwich. All right, so that's all you have to worry about. So I'm going to take my sandwich and I'm going to run it through my machine and I'll be back. All right, so here's my partial die cutting piece. So let's remove it and let's get that tape off. The great thing about washi tape is that you can peel it right off, and I love that. So I typically get washi tape when it's on sale. Unfortunately, not every design is my fave, so I get the ones that are on sale that are not my fave to do things like this. Or you could just get a giant roll of masking tape. Either way. Anyway. So let's remove the die. And again, you got to peel off the washi. And it comes right off. As you can see now, we have a partial die cut. See that right there? So now what you do is you can fold it back and glue it onto itself if you want to for more stability. I say you don't need that. You can create a completely different look if you do this right here, but just cut it off. All right, and then you have a really nice photo mat that is one continuous piece. So let me grab some scissors. You want to cut this as straight as possible. Okay. You can also cut it all the way down if you want to just make it the length of, or the width I should say, of the die cut, like so. You can round these corners if you want. Mine is a little off-centered, so all I'm going to do is trim away a teeny bit. Okay. And that looks about right. Okay, so there's that. And when you decorate it, the really nice thing about nesting dies is that you can get a layering piece in there. All right, and that's what I did here. This is the same exact thing. I got the layering piece to mat, and then I did some more, a little decorative edge. So you can get as fancy or as simple as you like. And that's what that looks like. All right, so if you have a bunch of nesting dies in your collection, go ahead and use them for photo mats. It's a really fun thing to do. So you can either do the partial die cutting, or you can cut it completely and then do the tab style like I showed you in my previous video, which again I will link down below. Now, if you have a brother scan and cut is what the machine is called, you can take this piece, or bring whatever size you want your photo mat to be. You can scan it and go to town cutting as many as you need to. You don't have to do the partial cutting 1,000,001 times. You just do it once, you create the template, and then you're good to go. If you do not have the brother scan and cut, then you need to run it through your machine multiple times, which is most certainly doable. So that's it, guys. That's what I have for you. Partial die cutting and tag toppers. You can most certainly do it. Have fun. Thank you to those who sent me the links to the video. I appreciate it so much. I was just taking shortcuts. So there you go, guys. So you can do it. Have fun. Go through your stash. Create your own tag toppers. And again, if you have the Brothers Scan and Cut, you just got to do it once. And then you scan it and you cut it. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. And until next time.